Hello friends, a very warm welcome to Ansarkari, and in today's discussion we are going to take up such topics which are going to provide us again a foundational value, and they will be very much relevant with the syllabus and curriculum, because we always go through the curriculum and syllabus first, and we always link it with the syllabus and then try to bring it to you. So the first topic is saying how astronauts reach ISS, that is International Space Station. Now the interesting point is that how many hours Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla will take to reach ISS from launch pad in Florida. And they are actually showing its launch and then ascent and then stage separation. And then you can see, Dragon separation, and then Dragon module moves ahead with the dock, and it is docking with ISS. And while another way is showing that it is going to, maneuvering the flips and then vertically landing, and then the landing zone, very, very important. So we must know what is Falcon 9 for the mains examination and even for the interview. What is Falcon 9 actually is, and its first stage is returning to Earth, and the second stage takes the payload to its target orbit. So the Dragon's part to the ISS and the docking, and the initial part is of the rocket and capsule. So these 4 points, because the rocket has 2 stages. The first stage, or the booster stage, is comprising 9 marine engines, a family of rocket engines developed by SpaceX, and aluminum lithium alloy tanks containing liquid oxygen and rocket grade kerosene propellant. Very, very important fact for the prelims. The second stage consists of a single marine engine. As soon as it will be lifting off, Falcon 9 reaching the edge of atmosphere typically cuts off the main engines. Once the rocket is beyond the atmosphere, the first stage separates from the second stage. While the first stage re-enters the atmosphere and lands vertically, the second stage continues its journey, and it is towards the targeted orbit, and with the help of its marine engine, soon after, the Dragon capsule separates from the second stage. So this is how it is. We must know how many kilometers above Earth. We must know the speed also, 28,000 kilometers per hour. The Dragon spacecraft has to raise its altitude gradually and align its trajectory with the space station. This is very, very important. And the most important thing is that one of the reasons why Dragon is slower is that it is relatively a newer space aircraft. It was first launched in 2012 compared to, let's say, Soyuz, which has a long and proven flight history. SpaceX is still in the process of developing mathematical models for optimal start time and the phasing maneuvers. So brilliant technology, brilliant thinking, and a great future for the mankind. You must think of 4 reasons why India must pursue such international space, endeavors. Going further, if we see voyage of Rakesh Sharma, the last time an Indian traveled in space, we have already discussed this also. So it is a milestone in the Indo-Soviet ties. You can see Rakesh Sharma sir over here. And then secondly, it is part of the Soviet Intercosmos program, which sent 17 non-Soviet cosmonauts to space between 1978 to 1991. So this was the whole program, this was the whole ideology, this was the whole strategy. So Sharma went through Soyuz T-11 spacecraft. It was a huge symbolic event, and Sharma was sent to space with a small amount of soil from Rajghat, portraits of Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, President Jail Singh, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and then Defense Minister and later President R. Venkataraman, as well as fresh mangoes and other Indian foods for all crew to consume aboard Soyuz 7 station. So this is very important. And Sharma had a televised conversation with Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, which was broadcast to millions of Indians on Doordarshan. The cosmonaut's prompt reply to her asking how India looked from the space is today, and the stuff of legend Sare Jahan Se Acha, said Sharma, quoting, Iqbal's iconic poem. So the crew made a triumphant return to Earth on April 11, 1984. Why Kerala wants Wildlife Act amended to kill some animals? So this is the part of the human-animal conflict, because the wildlife attacks are emerging, a very, very important issue. They are local bodies, village local bodies are there which are identifying hotspots, and most importantly, tiger, leopard, elephant, bison, wild boar, and bonnet macaque and the peafowl have led to the problems of human habitations. It is problems in human habitations, and it is very, very important when you start living among animals and they are killing you, they are they are contributing to your daily life hassles, then you no more love them. So 919 people were killed. And the factor, as I'm saying, it is the increasing infrastructure, expanding residential areas, and the cutting of open spaces, wildlife population going down, and animals are forced to move out of forest, and the quality of their habitation is declining with time. So these are very, very important points. And there is a increased grazing of domestic cattle in forest. This is also one of the important points. So the point is that the 1972 Act, which says that we must preserve, and the case of animals is very, very important in context of all important central laws and acts. So the killing of the dangerous wild animals, even the state chief wildlife warden should be convinced that animal cannot be captured, tranquilized, or shifted to another place, then only you can do so. So the district collector can issue orders for the removal of public nuisance. Court orders prevent the invocation of these powers in case of wild animals. These are the true crucial areas. So please, you think and write two crucial points which you identify for a state like Kerala, which are going to help. When we move further, we are going to understand that how AI lag shadow over design updates. This is the only keyword. Artificial intelligence is lagging in terms of advancement, like the way other companies or other kind of developments are taking place. So the issue with the Apple intelligence, it is there. So Siri is there, but Siri is actually not able to bring that kind of interface which we are seeing with the other kind of AI tools. So Apple, when went on to unveil a mixed reality headset, that was something great, but then how it have moved further, that is very important. So the Siri is there, and new opportunities are there in case of variables. And Apple does have billions of phones out there, and the most world's premier users also they have the data, but Apple is unwilling to hoover over customers' individual information. However creditable that might be from the privacy point of view, that is why it is making it harder for the company to train personalized AI models. So it is one of the very true things. So what will happen to it? Will it go like the way Nokia went away? And then there was a new ushering. So differentiated private policy is there. Apple uses collective insights rather than the granular data. Very, very, very important and very ethical point. Scrapped by companies such as Google. So it is that is why the privacy has encouraged Apple to prioritize AI that run its own devices rather than investing in cloud infrastructure. Even as chatbots have advanced more rapidly in the cloud because the model can be much bigger in scale. So the result is that Apple had to offer some users of Apple Intelligence and opt into Chat GPT. So this is a kind of a compromise. So let's see. Apple is struggling in case of AI front. So Apple TV project, Apple car, they never materialized. So that is why what will happen to Apple in the future. That is what is being talked about, because I think the way artificial intelligence is growing up, the time of only phones, and that too also in such a way, is going to be over in not just immediately, but in some time soon. Phones will be there, but they will be no less than 24 into 7 creative mini computers. They would be able to do everything for that matter. Same is the thing with the AI. I mean to say, virtual reality and augmented reality tools are there. So already watches and specs and all the such kind of stuff is being spoken about, and even we are coming with miniature stuff also. When we move further, we see that monsoon outlook and its impact on India very, very important. And from general studies paper 1 perspective, general studies paper 3 perspective, this is very, very important. So what happened to the monsoon this year? We have already spoken about it, that it was surplus, and then uh, there is a lull. Heavy showers were there in the May and early June, but after that it has gone down. So the progress is stalled, and it is believed that it is going to move further, because the low pressure systems over Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea, that is very important. It is drawing southwest monsoon winds towards the north. So they must bring moisture. They are bringing to bring rain all over India. These systems were stronger than usual initially, but then now they are not. So that is why when they are going to be stronger, then it is happening. So rains are going to be behaving normally like the way it should be. So general impact on early rains, it had been seen, but then now consumer demand, agriculture, and what we can say urban flooding, and all those kind of factors which you can think of, they are going to be there. So you have to just think of that when a question comes up in general studies paper 1, it is about the monsoon mechanism. When it is going to paper 2, then it is about the governance and infrastructure. When it is going to come in paper 3, it is about the economic aspect of the same. When it is coming in ethics, then what we have done to the monsoon by our activities. Moving further, we have to see that how confident are Indian handling digital tasks. So this is just a kind of a survey. This you can use in your essay. This also you can use in your ethics case studies also. So only 13% are able to create electronic documents with word processing software. Only 63% are able to use email messaging and SMS. 62% are able to do copy and duplicacy. 48% are able to only perform online banking transactions, and 43% is are able to receive emails, create electronic presentation with the software. So more the skill are, more will be the growth and development. That is what we can say. So you have to think this and link it with the employability and job. Citing population and GDP contribution, states seek higher share in the taxation. So Kerala is demanding centers non-tax revenue should be shared with the states. Odisha is saying cess and surcharge should be part of divisional pool. Bihar is saying multinational poverty should have weight in the tax devolution. UP is saying increase weight for population for 15 to 22.5%. Tamil Nadu is saying assign 15% weight to states' contribution to the national GDP. So what you can learn is very important to see. That is what Arvind Panagaria sir is actually trying to understand. Every state is demanding as per their own strength. The 15th Finance Commission recommended that 41% of the divisible pool segment of central taxes will go to all states against 42% by the previous panel. 15th Finance Commission gave income distance the weightage of 45%, geographical area 15%, demographic performance 12.5%, and population 15%. Very important fact you have to remember for the mains, and it will come in the prelims also. So judicious balance one can see as far as 15th Finance Commission is concerned. Now the states are demanding, their representation is there. Southern states, they are seeking that weightage reduction in the income distance from 45 to 30 to 35% income distance is the disparity between the states per capita income and the state with the highest per capita income. That is called that is what is called income distance. So the states with the lower per capita income receiving a larger share to promote equity and reduce disparity among the states. So Bihar, with the lowest per capita income, has been the major beneficiary with this criteria, along with Uttar Pradesh. Tamil Nadu is suggesting that the weightage of to income distance must be reduced to 35%. Maharashtra is requested it to bring down, it should be brought down to 37.5%. So what I'm saying is every state has their own strength and weaknesses, and that is why they are doing so. Finance Commission has reduced the income distance weightage from 45% from 50% to 45% in the 14th Finance Commission. So a similar reduction in the weight for this criteria can't be ruled out after factoring in the progress in per capita income over the last 6 years. Similarly, Gujarat, Karnataka, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu, they are seeking rewards for contributing to the nation's economic growth and prosperity. So as I already said, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, and other states. So what is a very beautifully this thematic discussion puts us to a very clear and a smart mains answer can be taken up from here. Very important, very important. And in the general studies paper 2, when the question comes on the Finance Commission, so you must bring these elements in your mind and try to think yourself as one of the members of the Finance Commission, and then you will be able to do justice, because there are so many other factors which will be linked with this. They will be helping. So Modi 3.0 is a continuum of progress. That is what Badri Narayan sir is saying, GB Pant Social Sciences Institute, Allahabad. So from sociological perspective, he is saying that how Mahatma Gandhi famously said that our development oriented work should uplift the last man standing in the queue, and that is what the author is also trying to say. Evaluation of development कैसे कहा? पक्का घर मिला, बिजूरी लगी, नलका लगा है, राशन पताई मिला बा, जीवन का दुख दूर हो गवा बा, अब हमका का चाहिए, बचवा की बेरोजगारी छोड़ा और पढ़ाई करवाऊं. तो यानी वही जो हम बात करते हैं, जो हमने डेली बात की है, जो आपका भी एस्पिरेशन होना चाहिए. सिर्फ घिस घिस के आईएएस बनने से कोई लाभ नहीं है. और ठीक है ना. आपका ये सोच है आपका कि जिस राइट डायरेक्शन की अप्रोच से देखना है, तो दिस आर्टिकल इज स्पीकिंग अबाउट द सेम थिंग. तो देयर आर डेवलपमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स एंड यू हैव टू. तो मैं आपको सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहूंगा, जो पर्सपेक्टिव है वो आपको देखना है. वो आपको देखना है कि पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है. क्या गवर्नमेंट, जब हम सोशियोलॉजिकल पर्सपेक्टिव की बात करते हैं, तो यहाँ पर हम बात कर रहे हैं कैसे डिजिटल गवर्नमेंट इज ब्रिंगिंग ए चेंज इन द सोशल आउटलुक एंड द सोशल पर्सपेक्टिव. व्हेन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड and see that turning point in the new chapter in the poverty story. So वही वाली बात है कि when the females in Bihar and other regions, they were given the cycles, that definitely it is giving them confidence. It is not just about cycle, it is about the mental cycle also. Physical cycle तो important है ही. So इंटरनेट यहाँ पर है कि वर्ल्ड बैंक डेटा के जो चेंजेस, जो डेटा दिया गया है, प्लीज वो डेटा आप नोट करिए पहले. और डिफरेंट रीजन्स, ऑब्वियसली पहले आप खुद गैस करेंगे कि सहारन अफ्रीकन पॉवर्टी जो है वो कैसे रिवाइज हुई है, क्योंकि 2/3 ऑफ द ग्लोबल एक्सट्रीम पोवर दे आर लिविंग देयर. और उसके बाद जो है आप साउथ एशिया की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो उसकी पॉवर्टी में ड्रॉप हुआ ही हुआ है सब सारान अफ्रीका से जब कंपेयर करते हैं. और इंडियन पॉवर्टी की जब आप रिवीजन करते हैं, तो हाउस होल्ड कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर सर्वे, उसको आप यूज करिए. और साथ साथ में नीति आयोग का जो मल्टी डायमेंशनल पॉवर्टी इंडेक्स है, उसके एलिमेंट भी देखिए. तो दोनों को जब आप देखते हैं और कीवर्ड नोट करते हैं, देन यू विल फाइंड दैट एग्जामिनेशन इज एक्चुअली आस्किंग यू फ्रॉम दिस पर्सपेक्टिव ओनली. जब आप ये कर रहे हैं, तो अपने आप को एक ऐसा डेवलपमेंटल सेक्रेटरी या ऑफिसर समझिए, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट के या मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लेबर के, जहां पर आप सारी चीज को क्लियरली देख रहे हैं और आपको एक जेन्युइनली इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है, तो आप इसको अच्छे से समझ पाएंगे. और साउथ एशिया में जो बात हुई है पॉवर्टी रेट की, वो एज पर नाउ द रिसेंट रिसर्च एट इज 4.8%. मूविंग फर्दर, we can understand that first woman ADC to the president, Lieutenant Commander Yashashvi Solanki, and she had been selected out of the 3 officers. So definitely this is a wonderful thing, and very soon army female officer would also be there. So this is the perk and this is the privilege of serving the government of India and serving motherland. She had been a naval officer, technical naval officer, but then she went on to give interview. She was asked to stay in the president house for 15 days, and then finally she was selected after a personal interview with the personal interview with the president, honorable president I should say. So दो और फीमेल भी थे, ऑफिसर्स भी थे, उनको भी मौका मिला, because she was posted at Naval Armament Defense Production in Hyderabad. So she is a technical officer initially. Knowledge was quite slow, but then maybe because of her smartness, because of her keenness, because of her objectivity, she had been selected, and same goes for you people also. Let's move forward and see industry T, more storage for projects in first stages, no change in others. यही हमारे लिए कीवर्ड है. पाकिस्तान इसलिए वरीड है क्योंकि हमने ना तो उसको टीटी को we are not abrogated it, we are only saying that it has plans and the short term and long term to utilize the water to increase storage. So more storage for the projects in the first stages. एंड पहलगाम अटैक के बाद इंडिया ने ऐसे कहा, देर आर करंटली 5 हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट्स इन JNK. आपको सबके नाम फट से एकदम साइक्लिक तरीके से पता होने चाहिए. गंडरबाल 93 मेगावाट, सिंध नाला किरथई टू सवालकोट ऑन चेनाब एंड उरी ऑन झेलम. सो ये स्टोरेज प्रोजेक्ट है, एज दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स आर प्लान्ड एज अ रन ऑफ द रिवर विद 3 including limited pondage capacity. So CICE, that is Central Electricity Authority, is actually exploring the पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ बुरसर स्टोरेज बेस्ड हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट. सो जैसा मैंने कल भी कहा था, 80% ऑफ हमारी जो हाइड्रो पावर पोटेंशियल है वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है, लेकिन यहाँ पर भी हमें बहुत कुछ भारत को इंटीग्रेट करके आगे बढ़ने में मदद मिलेगी. तो यू मस्ट नो कपल ऑफ दीज नेम्स. एंड सेंटर इज लुकिंग टू फास्ट ट्रैक 4 हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑन चेनाब, पकलदुल, रतले, बहुत पुराना नाम है, कवार, and Pakaldul is the first storage based hydro project built in JNK. Once completed, it will have a live storage capacity of nearly 109 million cubic meters and is expected to be commissioned by September 2026. Moving forward, Prime Minister meet the multi-party teams need to institutionalize idea. बिल्कुल सही बात है. उन्होंने जो एक अभी सारे के सारे जो टीम्स भेजे थे, consensus across party lines on the success of visit, there is a positive response. And Milind Deora, he revealed that he was in the US as a part of the Shashi Tharoor-led delegation to put forth India, and he met Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, sons of the President Donald Trump. And these leaders also having some Indian friends over there. उन्होंने उनसे बात की, उन्होंने वहाँ फोन लगवाया, उन्होंने वहाँ बिठाया. तो ये बड़ा ही इनफॉर्मल होता है, लेकिन बहुत ऑब्जेक्टिवली होता है. इसके अंदर बहुत ही कॉशियस तरीके से रहना पड़ता है, रिलैक्स भी रहना पड़ता है. तो मैं केस स्टडी के तौर पर आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगा यदि आप इस ग्रुप के लीडर होते तो कौन से 4 वैल्यूज एंड वर्च्यूज आप दिखाते, विच प्रोफेशनल एंड पर्सनल वर्च्यूज यू वुड शो। आप ये 4 पॉइंट, 4 पर्सनल 4 प्रोफेशनल आप लिखिए। Coming forward to the next, farmers expressed concern about substandard pesticides. Seeds called for strict law to curb sale. This is very important, not today's problem. Challenges are always there. इसीलिए कमेटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट की गई थी और जीएसटी काउंसिल लाइक बॉडी बनाने की बात की गई थी एग्रीकल्चर के। तो इसलिए उन्होंने कहा कि बिफोर एवरी क्रॉप सीजन सेपरेट कॉन्फ्रेंस होती है, रबी की, खरीफ की, नॉट ओनली एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर, ऑफिसर, साइंटिस्ट, एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटीज, सब लोग पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी हम उसको मौका नहीं दे पाते बिकॉज हम उस स्ट्रक्चर को और हमें अच्छे से वो करना है। विकसित कृषि संकल्प अभियान, ये कीवर्ड है यहाँ पर। और आप कह सकते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर लैंड जो है वो डिक्रीज तो हो रहा है, बट टेक्नोलॉजी इज चेंजिंग। वी आर नाउ एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग विद सोलर पैनल ऑन टॉप एंड ग्रोइंग फ्रूट एंड वेजिटेबल बिलो। हाइड्रोपोनिक स्टार्ट हो गया है जिसमें लेस लैंड चाहिए, अर्बनाइजेशन है। और साथ साथ में अगर आप बात करो डाइवर्शन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर लैंड फॉर मेकिंग हाईवेज, अगर गवर्नमेंट की बात करते हैं तो बैलेंस वे में होना चाहिए। सो डबलिंग द फार्मर इनकम इज नॉट जस्ट ए ड्रीम, इट इज ट्रू। आप कह सकते हैं कि हरियाणा, उसके बाद जो है बेंगलुरु, उसके बाद जो है आप मध्य प्रदेश, सारे एग्जांपल आप दे सकते हैं, लेकिन सभी फार्मर्स को चैलेंजेस के बावजूद मौका मिलेगा। मूविंग फॉरवर्ड एंड वी कैन सी सतगुरु कबीर साहिब, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, प्रीलिम्स के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट। कबीर साहब का टाइम पीरियड, कबीर साहब की कबीर साहब की जो बोली थी, उनकी उलट बासियां, और बीजक, बीजक कहा जाता है उसको, जिसमें कबीर की सारी जो सार है उनकी शिक्षा का, और कबीर पंथी एक मार्ग है, ये सारी चीज देखने वाली है, पीटी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। ओल्ड कॉन्टिनेंट राइजिंग, सो इंडिया एंड यूरोप आर कमिंग क्लोजर एंड मल्टीपोलर वर्ल्ड बनने की बात है, बिकॉज अमेरिका वट एवर इज थिंकिंग विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू सो। द यूएस, रशिया एंड चाइना, they are the major powers, but the dynamic is shifting. There is a deeper India Europe strategic cooperation, अभी ऑलरेडी एफटीए की बात हमने की थी। एंड देन ऑन द अदर साइड इधर जापान भी है, और आप कह सकते हैं कि मोदी G7 भी अटेंड करने जाएंगे। तो G7 is the voice of the collective West. It is the goal setting for global governance norms, global climate change policies, global free trade and security and political values, welfare and democracy. तो इसीलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इंडिया दोनों स्टेप से चलेगा, और इंडिया इज एक्चुअली हैविंग ए वेरी बैलेंसिंग एक्ट। ये नॉन अलाइन नहीं है, इंडिया का एक स्ट्रेटेजिक रियल अप्रोच इंडिया लेके चल रहा है। सो इसमें से आपको कीवर्ड निकालने पड़ेंगे कि G7 कब शुरू हुआ। जापान जो है वो G7 का सोलो एशियन मेंबर है, और आप कह सकते हो इट हैज लॉन्ग एडवोकेटेड फॉर यूरोपियन एंगेजमेंट इन एशियन सिक्योरिटी अमिड चाइना's assertiveness। तो यूरोप is spreading its bets with deeper ties to ASEAN, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडिया, जापान एंड साउथ कोरिया। तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा। दूसरा, आपको प्रपोज्ड इंडिया मिडिल ईस्ट यूरोप इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर पे 2 लाइन लिखनी पड़ेंगी, और साथ साथ में आपको एक और कीवर्ड यहाँ से जो नोट कर लेना चाहिए अभी नोटबुक में, आप साथ साथ में नोट करते रहिए, नहीं तो दोबारा दिन नहीं आएगा। दैट इज EU इंडिया ट्रेड एंड टेक्नोलॉजी काउंसिल एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन 2023। यूरोप्स रीआर्म प्लान, जो कि अभी दोबारा वो शुरू कर रहे हैं, जर्मनी उसमें लीडर है, वो भी आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि इंडिया भी कैसे इंडिया के साथ सिक्योरिटी अपॉर्चुनिटी कोलैबोरेशन हो सकते हैं। मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, बॉर्डर विजिल्स, असम गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन टू यूज 1950 एक्ट अगेंस्ट इमिग्रेंट्स, इज क्वेश्चन अबाउट इंस्टीट्यूशनल चेक। कल ही मैंने इसकी चर्चा की थी कि सारी बात तो ठीक है, लेकिन आप इंस्टीट्यूशनली उसको कैसे आप उसको प्रूव कर पाएंगे, कैसे आप उसको रूल ऑफ लॉ, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज, ह्यूमन राइट्स सबके साथ आप कर पाएंगे। डेस्परेट मेजर्स नहीं चाहिए, और सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स कहीं से भी हो वो हमारे लिए अच्छा नहीं है। यूनियन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स का ऑर्डर है कि अनडॉक्यूमेंटेड फॉरनर्स को हम आइडेंटिफाई करें और उनको हम रिपोर्ट करने की बात करें। बट द पॉइंट इज दैट पोलराइजिंग रिटोरिक ऑफ फ्लड जिहाद, लैंड जिहाद, ये हमें जो है लॉन्ग टर्म में बेनिफिट नहीं करने वाला। आइडियोलॉजिकल और इलेक्ट्रोल एंड्स आर नॉट द रियल सोल्यूशन। The new normal post Sindoor military and diplomatic responses are proactive. They are not crisis driven, and there had been limited military action, and there had been no nuclear blackmailing as such। जो भी थोड़ा बहुत था, इंडिया अपने मिलिट्री रिस्पॉन्स को शार्प कर रहा है। कल भी हमने डिफेंस इंडिजनाइजेशन की बात की, कल भी हमने डिफेंस प्रिपेयर्डनेस की बात की, कल भी हमने सिक्योरिटी डॉक्ट्रिन की बात की, तो वो एलिमेंट यहाँ देखने पड़ेंगे। बाकी सारी बातें हम पहले यहाँ कर चुके हैं, एंड दिस इज जस्ट रिट्रीटिंग ऑफ द सेम फैक्ट्स। This is all for the day, and you have to make the points, revise them weekly. We are discussing every day. I'm also asking you to write answers. There is no shortcut. Please become self motivated and self dependent, because that is the most primary step. Rest everything is being given to you in the right direction as per your caliber and as per your uh, capabilities, which are increasing. That is the whole pedagogy, और यही हमारे courses का main USP है. So Ansarkari wishing you all the best for your studies, preparation, so that you become an efficient, integral, hardworking, and a landmark officer. Thank you very much.